I'm shocked.
It's crazy that I feel as though we turn more to like street substances, like illicit substances, because of um, the dissociation between us and the educated norms, I guess, to the lack of a better word, because it's like you already are experiencing some form of separation in between you and man, I'm just looking at my because I'm fucking on live at the moment as well, so I'm like looking down, so I'm like getting
You're
distracted.
fine.
Um, yeah, there's like a dissociation between us and like us more expressive, sort of like unstable people, um,
Yeah.
as well as like doctors. So it's like when you go to someone that is like established in some form of like normality, we already feel as though we're separated from how we're supposed to be. And so when we see these like individuals for treatment and some form of like therapy, we already don't resonate. We already don't start off the way we're supposed to, in the sense that how to explain it? I've got to get rid of this Instagram live thing, but so it's like it seems to be much easier to um, I'm definitely not justifying it, but I feel as though it's much easier to, um, fuck, how do I explain this?
People go to illegal substances because, I mean, this is just like from what I know and my personal experiences, is because people feel like this force outside of them that they can't control. Like, you know, if you go for downers, you're, I mean, you're just trying to, I mean, that's where it's bad. That's where it gets really bad. Like, you know, oxycodone, codeine, any opiates, any benzo.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just trying to like sleep. That's where it's just like you're dead.
Yeah.
You're living dead. But like people do that kind of stuff just because they think that's the way out, and it's not.
Well, I think
It's not.
it's so much easier to go to someone on your corner block and just be like, "Hey, man, can you get this?" Rather than
Yeah.
and not be judged by the way that you are, because pretty much the person that's hooking you up is pretty much going through the same shit anyway, really. So it's like
Right.
easier than fucking going to, um, easier than going to like an established physician to
I
receive.
hate going.
Yeah, because you already feel dissociated in the way that
It's
they are to what you are. So it's like
it's
they're
really weird.
yeah, like it's real clinical. Like, um, so I feel as though why go through all the therapy and receive Prozac or Ativan or Xanax or whatever when you can just go to the homie on the corner, get that shit for most likely cheap, probably not cheaper, but
Yeah.
you don't have to go through the fuck around of feeling like you're judged and you're not um, worthy as, you know, you always feel judged. That whole, the way you feel judged most of your life is, I feel as though, one of the reasons we all indulge in certain substances to allow us to get away from the way we don't feel connected to others. So we tend to um, we we jump kind of like Transformers, man. You know how we all fucking hold our hands together and we connect those fucking little rings and we all have the same powers. I feel like
Yeah.
if you're like a weird person, dude, you stick with weird people. If you're not going to be with like academics and shit like that, if you're a dude or a person or a girl or some shit that enjoys being weird like what we are, you're not going to be hanging out with people that like to be in bed at 9 o'clock, that watch fucking Netflix for a couple of hours, have
Yeah.
boring ass sex, fucking, and don't live a life. We're like the edgier sort of different sort of people, and so in that way that you associate specific individuals is how you associate someone with an education. I know it sounds real stupid, but a doctor really, when you go in there, automatically, as soon as you walk through the door, you will automatically feel fucking uncomfortable. Can you grab a seat? Oh, what's bothering you? What's this? And you automatically almost feel victimized as soon as you walk in. So it's a very uncomfortable situation where you as welcoming as they want you to feel, I feel as though you can never feel as welcome as you can with people that is the same as you.
No.
So you pretty much don't even want to fucking explore what's within enough that you will actually find the answers. And so their administration they provide is basically just substances you can get on the street anyway. The help they give you is the shit you can get on the street without the fuck around of going to meet someone that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. I feel as though... Hey, fucking...
What? Sorry?
My phone's freaking out. Yeah, it's a crazy idea. But it is commendable that you've just gone, fuck it, man. Like, I need answers, dude, and I need to, like, figure this shit out. Because, you know, something that most people, including myself, haven't really delved into, and I've really been really struggling with fucking mental, you know, with my mentality upon depression and suicidal tendencies and shit for a number of years now, and I've just channeled it through music because I felt I'd feel that there isn't anyone else out there, even though there is, but there isn't to the degree that you feel as though would allow you to feel accepted.
You don't think that way when you're depressed.
No. But illogically, because we all are the same, us that isn't, I guess, there is two types of people. There's like the normal people that are just happy just to follow the general schematics of go to school, fucking get a good education, get a certain amount of money, 6 figures a year for 50 years, and then procreate and die. But we kind of want more. Like, we want, I guess we want to
have fun in life. You know, I don't want to wake up at 6 in the morning and then go home at
terrible.
4 and
man, I used to. You know what time I used to wake up, dude? I used to wake up at 4:30, bro. 4:30 in the fucking morning. No, 4. I used to wake up at 4 at sometimes.
No thanks.
When I wanted a sleep in for me used to be 4:30, and that was just crazy because I'd be like drinking heavily the night before, and it'd just be like, fuck, holy shit! I went to bed at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. God damn, I'm going to be up for a 12-hour shift now. It felt like your head is just literally hitting the fucking bed, and then you're just getting the fuck up again, and you're dealing with just miserable motherfuckers the whole day, and then you knock off work exhausted, but then you drink again because you're just like, I don't want to be around these miserable people. So it's just like, it's a perpetual cycle of just unhappiness that exasperates in substance abuse. But anyway, let's get in.
You can have the best job in the world and still be miserable.
Hell yeah. Any job, dude. I'd feel as though if you could make the most money, but for me, I've made good money, and I just didn't like the concept of I'm only limited intellectually to what the job allows me to do, as well as career-based as well. Like, I can only get to a certain amount of money. Well, I mean, money is how we like measure some form of success in terms of working, but no matter how hard if you work for someone, no matter how hard you work, the only reward you ever get is good job. Like, your salary isn't going to go up, and even if it does go up, you're still limited. It's like the harder you work, you don't receive, like, say you getting involved in fashion and the entrepreneurial things that you want to achieve in life. The harder you work, the further you get. There's no cap to where you want to get and where you can get. Whereas in life, in normal jobs, it's like, okay, you work your heart out, dude. The boss is only going to give you more work because they know that you're capable enough to handle that load. Pause. But I feel as though, it's really
dumb. Like I said before, you don't have to get I mean, this is just my experience. Or not experience, but this is just my view. But you don't have to go to school in order to be successful.
Oh, most definitely.
If you go to school, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to be an artist, do it. If you want to make music, do it. If you want to do this or that, do it. I mean, you're not going to be happy in life unless you do what you want to do.
Okay.
And if it's truly what you want to do. Yeah. You know, I grew up, my mom's a doctor. Okay. She was always pushing, you need to be a doctor. Oh, you want to be a psychiatrist? Why don't you be a nurse practitioner, psychiatrist?
Okay.
And I just never, kind of sucks growing up in that kind of having a parental figure like that, because I told her that I didn't want to go to college. This is my year that I'm supposed to be going to college, and I had this huge savings, but I want to use that savings for my entrepreneur stuff.
Yeah.
And she was just like so disappointed in me. She was like, "So you're not going to go to medical school?" And I was like, "I don't. That's just not what I want to do."
Yeah.
And I've been planning this for about 5 years. I have a good friend out in San Francisco who's offered me a place, and he's like, you help pay the bills, you do your stuff, we'll be good. I mean, I can't hold it in any longer, because this is just who I am. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But she was just so mad.
Really?
Yeah. She was mad. She was like, telling me that I'm never gonna be anything.
Yeah, that's
that
fucked.
I'm not gonna. Just that kind of stuff. And she's always been like that. If you don't go to school, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail at everything.
Are you cool with her? Like, are you guys like on good terms, or in general?
I mean, I've never been close to my family.
Yeah.
She's made a lot of bad decisions, and including her kind of boyfriend. They were married for a little bit, and then they divorced, but he's still living with us, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I grew up in a really bad environment. It was abusive, verbally, physically, and
from your mum or through her partner?
Her partner.
Okay. Does she know about all this shit though? Or?
So she should have kicked him to the curb years ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, I came to that conclusion that she picked him over me, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that now. I mean, it really doesn't bother me, but like, you can't let that bother you. You can't. I mean, I don't want to be a doctor for her. That's not. It won't work. I'll fail. I mean, you can't go to college if you don't want to go to college, because if you do, you're going to fail. You're not going to do anything.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be a doctor to be a doctor, really. Like, I mean, a doctor typically is signified by academia, but I mean, you can be a doctor in many ways, as in, like, doctor's about helping people, so you can help people in what you do. Like, we're helping each other right now by having this conversation and, like, actually, like, connecting. I feel you don't have to be doing that to, you know what I'm saying though? Like, you feel what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine how much harder it would be for you, because your mother's automatically placed like expectations upon you in that way. Like, I kind of have it similar to me, whereas like both my brothers went to university. I've got one biological and one stepbrother, but both of them have like gone to uni and shit. My blood brother, I'm pretty sure he enjoys doing what he does. He's an architect, but my stepbrother, which is like my brother, I've grown up with him, I've known him forever. I feel as though he doesn't really know that that's what he wants, and hopefully he does want to do that. But I mean, I've met so many people in life, man, who just fucking do it because they're supposed to, and then they end up leaving that fucking shit, spent like 100 racks trying to do it, and then end up just working shitty ass jobs because they're just
in the hole,
and they've lost life, dude. They're like pretty much like they don't have anything else left because they've spent all their money. Then they've lost time in order to pursue a career they no longer want to appease everyone else. And then I feel as though, but that's the way life is, because that's how we're conditioned to be. It's like, okay, you're born, your parents automatically guide you in the way they feel that you should develop into, and then you go through school, and then your teacher helps guide you, and as well as your friends. Then you go to secondary school, then you're already used to being in the disciplined environment of structure, so it's really hard to leave that, to actually go, okay, I'm going to leave everyone else that has basically made me into this. Like, for instance, like, it really is hard to change your mind into allowing yourself to value what you're capable of, because you think in life it's like, okay, you basically like go through school, you know, 2 types of school, and then you finish school and it's like, what the fuck am I going to do with life? Okay, go to a 3rd type of school, and then you leave to do a job which is basically like school anyway, where you learn different types of skills which you can apply to just life. But then really you're so used to doing everything everyone else has told you to do. Like in school, this is how you cut scissors, and then this is how you paint, and this is how you draw, and this is how you do maths, and this is how you do this. So then pretty much your whole life is getting taught, this is how you do this, this is how you do this. And so many people struggle to go, fuck, like, I know I've met so many people, dude, even just like people that are left jail and shit, and they've been reconditioned into that life where they can't actually they can't make their own decisions. And it's the same thing as like people that have left school. It's like because they're so used to just the comfort and the familiarity of structure. Because structure is what a routine is, what we all do, consciously or unconsciously. Like we all crave it to some degree, and it takes a special kind of person to actually go, look, I want the uncomfortability of something that I value more than comfort. I.e., if you have a chip on your shoulder, much like I do, and you feel as though you're destined for more than 6 figures a year, and you want to actually be well known for something that you yourself are like good at, it takes a lot of belief to actually push towards that when everyone else is saying to you like most people fail at it. Because statistically speaking, most people fail at entrepreneurial skills or entrepreneurial fucking paths. It's a high probability of failure. So it takes a lot of person. Like I've had this discussion with my brother when discussing like business, like, you know, ideas and shit. And he's the type where he would analytically decide whether it's worth going into based upon probability. Me, on the other hand, I believe if you want something bad enough, you find ways to do it. So I'm more of that risk taker, whereas my brother's like, okay, this won't work because of this. Whereas I'm like, yeah, but you can negate all those obstacles to allow you to have high probability and success, such as you to be in business. It's all about networking and understanding the strengths and weaknesses of everyone around you, and understanding that, okay, in order for me to win, everyone else has to win that's with me. So understanding that if you have a good team around you, I don't want to talk about business forever because I'm still learning it myself, and I am still young, so I've got a lot of mistakes to make. But I feel like I've only really connected with people like yourself, and there's a couple of other people that I know and like that are actually like taking that leap. And it's like a bird doesn't fucking know if it's going to fly or not until it just jumps off that fucking branch. You know, it knows that it can because it knows, but it doesn't know. It doesn't know, what if I flap the wrong way and I end up dying? Like, it doesn't think of that. It just goes for it.
Take the chance. You're not going to know unless you do it.
So, it's good that you're doing it, like, especially with the fucking obstacles that you've got as well, because I couldn't imagine how much harder it would be when there is, like, you know, typically as a society we value success as, you know, going to school.
Everything.
If you go to school and become a doctor, most people would be like, you've done the dream. Like, really, like, as societal standards would dictate that is the dream. Whereas, like, much now with the internet advancements that have happened within the last 12 to 15 years, have allowed us, with the aid of Instagram, Facebook, things like that, Twitter, that we can actually make money from not even having to follow that path, dude. Like, for instance, people that play poker back in the day, you could never make money off just playing poker, but now people just sit at home, dude, and make fucking 20, 30 grand in a week just sitting at home eating fucking potato chips and drinking beers. Probably not drinking beers because that'll affect the way you play. But the internet has allowed us. It's allowed.
It's crazy.
And I've explained.
So many authors, so many, like, it's really crazy because, SoundCloud, for one. I mean,
exactly.
Lil Pump.
Yes.
I mean, Lil Pump was messing around one day with Smoke Perfect, just, I made a song called Lil Pump, and then it blew up, and now look at him, he's a millionaire.
It's crazy.
Just for that, it's crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, you would never think of it.
And he's not even 18, though. That's unreal. Like, back in the day, dude.
He's older than me.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's 2 months older than me.
Oh, well, okay. Back in the day, it was just basically like you'd have to forge your career for so long in order for someone else to find you, and then hopefully they give you the chance. Now, you basically build, like, say you've got a decent social media platform on Instagram. Like, I imagine you're getting hit up for offers all over the place because people will be like, okay, fuck, she's got numbers, she can sell whatever I need them to. Like, I know a chick in Cairns, man, where I'm from in this city. I can't even... I know her, but I don't even know her name. Fuck, it sounds so messed up. She's like a makeup artist chick, and she's got like over 300,000 on YouTube, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, she just does tutorials three days a week, man, and just just makes ad revenue as well as endorsements. And she's on over 6 figures a year, bro. And all she does is just goes to the gym most of the week, has a few drinks with her friends, and they send her like a few $100s worth of product, or if not a few $1,000 products every week for her just to like display in her thing, and gets paid for it. So it's like,
God, that is the dream.
But because she has like that platform that people go, okay, she has a platform, I have this product. Like Kim Kardashian, like you look on her Instagram, most likely every photo she has, she's getting paid 50 grand just to post that photo, and she'll be getting sent designer, whatever the fucking brand, Givenchy or Hermes or Vuitton or Gucci or whatever, and she's getting paid like, I don't know, bands on bands just to fucking promote that product, and she gets the free product too, and just basically because she has an audience there that allows her to do so, and it's pretty insane. But yeah, like you can definitely monetize off that because even like obviously like No Jumper, like we were talking about it in the last segment, with the one that didn't film, like he's just on point. Like I don't know if you watch his segments on Saturdays. He just basically watches like live streams, and people send him donations to watch.
Yeah, I've seen that.
His shit is sick, like because he's providing value too. Like he's providing value in the sense that these people get a chance to be heard and discovered, but he's also like built himself to the position where people value the time that he has, so he can charge them for that time, and so he can actually just chill. And I'm pretty sure if you tallied up all the donations that he makes off each session, he'd be fucking making 5,000 to 10,000 easily. And I feel as though the moment you provide value for someone, like I like what Gary Vaynerchuk says, one of my favorite businessmen. He always says if you give 51% value, even that 49%, like always give more than you take, but that 49% is still valuable. So you help someone out, they're going to help you out, and that's just how business is. Like kind of like you said, you're working with Tupac, you're helping her out with shit, but then she's going to help you because you're going to get more well known, and so it's everyone wins. Like if you help someone out, they can help you out, and you can both grow together. Like it's a really awesome industry where opportunities are given to those that give back. In normal
and that kind of stuff, everyone has your back, because you don't think about like, oh, this person, I don't like her because she does this. You don't think about that kind of stuff. You're thinking about what things you're good at whenever you work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is she good at this? Is she good at this? And, she's not too good at this, so I don't know if I want her to work for me.
What's this? Like, in just, like...
In general.
Okay.
Just in general.
I guess what we do is, like, it's based upon, like, low battery, what the fuck? It's based on talent rather than the
Mhm.
ability to be submissive or follow orders, things like that. Like, you actually have to be a dope fashion chick like yourself, or just a cool person, like, in order to succeed. Like, and that's a pretty good thing, knowing that you actually have to actually step up to the plate. Whereas there's a lot of people that's coasting through life and succeeding because of, I guess, associations to a boss that gives them fucking handouts or little, chances because of
Yeah.
um, their ability to follow orders. Like, I don't know. Okay, so what else are we going to talk about? Okay, we're getting to that. So you have to tell me something. Or is it my turn?
I don't know.
You
I
talking?
think I don't know if it's me or you.
Oh, okay, I'll go. Ask me something. Uh,
Um,
what do you want to
do
know?
you have a guilty pleasure artist or a song?
Guilty. I'm not guilty about it, but my favorite is Young Thug. I'm not guilty about that. I don't feel bad about
Oh,
listening to
okay.
it. Many people wouldn't enjoy it. They think he's like bad or whatever. I love that dude. I'm getting that dude tattooed on me soon. I fucking love Young Thug. Who else? Guilty pleasure or artist? There's this one lady that I've been listening to for years, man. I found her. I remember living in Perth, other side of Australia, right? I was working on music, and this place was so fucking trash, man. Like, I would pay for the week that I was back in town because I'd work for a week away, and then I'd pay for the week that I was there. And this fucking place had rats, dude. I remember so many times I woke up, dude, and rats were in my blanket, bro. Like, and I fucking had
Really?
yeah, it was freaky because they were on there. Like, you wake up, and oh fuck, and cockroaches would be on. It was just
That is scary.
cockroaches are fucking.
Oh, that gives me chills.
Yeah. But I remember, like, it was stupid hot in this one area. Like, this one area is like literally probably 3 to 4 degrees hotter than like Celsius. I don't know what that'd be in Fahrenheit. Than most of Perth, most of the other places, and so it was. But they didn't have ceiling fans, and no aircon either. So it was just stupid hot. And I remember one time waking up at like 3 o'clock, and I had this like regional like fucking radio station playing. And I just woke up, bro, and like I woke up to this voice, and there was this lady called Karen Dalton, Karen, and last name is Dalton. She's like probably one of my all-time favorite singers, man. And I've shown that to all people, probably like not all people, like everyone, but as in all the people I've shown, probably 6 or 7. All of them but one have said that they like her voice. Everyone else have hated her voice, and they say her voice sounds. They say her voice, which I can see the resemblance, sounds real similar to, in Family Guy, that fucking pedophile dude, that old guy.
Really?
Yeah, like they say that's what she kind of does sound like that, like a real kind of like, she's a country singer, but
Mm-hmm.
she has this real strained voice, which is like yeah, it's kind of strained and squeaky, but it's really fucking like when I've listened to it, it's like just chills just fuck me up, man. Like that shit is just like
I'll have to check her out.
yeah. But she only died. She released 2 albums, I'm pretty sure. My favorite album of hers is this album called In My Own Time. In My Own Time. In My Own Time, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, she died of HIV/AIDS because she was basically an artist, man, that just travelled from city to city, just playing music and then using the money for like drugs and alcohol, and ended up dying and shit. And she was a prostitute as well. She was like selling her body and shit in order like to work on music. But she has this voice which not many people like. I've shown it to so many people, and most of them have said that it's like the worst voice they've ever heard. But for me, it's like one of the best because it's unlike anyone else. So going back to that perfection thing, that's what I like, is that artist that's like, I would rather an artist be unconventionally skilled, like, say, I don't know, I can't think of a real good singer like Beyonce, even though